12th finished or 12th to start? How many of you here care for mental peace? Are you sure? Everybody raised your hands. Because if I thought, even one or two of you would not raise the hands, the rest of us would provide that restlessness to you. But everybody wants peace. So somebody said that if you make a mistake and you know that you have made a mistake, the best way to find peace is to take that responsibility and say sorry. That means that person is humble enough, and the blessing is to find peace. That person is called wise. Humble. If you are not that very sure that you have done something wrong and it leaves you also unsettled, just in case you may have done a mistake, to say sorry and to find that peace, then that person is called wise. You know you have not done anything wrong, and yet you end up saying sorry to find that peace, then understand you are the husband. Wisdom flowing out today. All the men are amused, all the women are like, जोक था हंसो. They're like, हाँ ठीक है. We get picked at house, we get picked here also. Yes. Situational. Now, on a serious note, how do we find that peace? That is given here in the 12th shloka. So please repeat after me. Yuktah karma phalam tyaktva shantimapnoti naishtikim ayuktah kamakarena phale sakto nibadhyate. Sanskritam being a very ancient language, in its Akshara Varnamala alphabets, in the Pa Varga, the second syllable is not Fa, but it is Pa. Fa is a borrowed pronunciation from Farsi. It is not in Sanskritam. Though in many Indian languages, it has become a habit to say Fa. But when you look at the actual pronunciation of it, it is not Fa, it is Pa. Therefore, here it is not karma phalam, it is karma phalam. Ayuktah kamakarena phale sakto nibadhyate. Wherever pronunciations can be corrected, it is good to learn about it. Yuktaha karma phalam tyaktva shantim apnoti naishtikim. Naishtikim. Naishtikim, a firm experience of peace. Without that firm sanctuary of peace built within, whatever we do outside, even in the name of spirituality, there will be no, we don't stand a chance to find joy, fulfillment in life. Peace is that important. Now, I'll say the corollary of this that will make it easier. Can somebody say that my mind is restless, but I am happy? Now, you can say my wife's mind is restless, I am happy. That's a different case. Your own mind being restless, can you be happy? I am so agitated, but I'm ekdam mast. I'm happy. It is an impossibility. So even if there are moments, opportunities, experiences that which we go through, which bring in joy, because of the absence of peace within our own hearts, that moment of joy cannot be enjoyed. Therefore, the first prerequisite before we can start enjoying anything in life, whether it is of a permanent nature or of an impermanent nature, is to build that sanctuary of peace within our own heart. That should be the focus. Like, for example, you wanted to watch a movie with your friends. A Friday night, you've invited friends. If the kids are not taken care of, can you watch that movie in peace? You know that as a reality, right? I can only imagine. You know it as a reality. Every 2 seconds they barge in. I'm hungry. You just ate. I'm hungry now again. You go take care of it. Unless they are really rested, we cannot have peace. We cannot enjoy that movie. Right? Similarly, without finding that peace within, wherever we are, whatever we are doing, as I said earlier, whether it is a permanent kind of a joy or an impermanent kind of a joy, temporary materialistic joys, even that cannot be enjoyed. The other Abrahamic religions talk about resting in peace. We believe in living in peace. If this peace is not understood, what we remain to exist as is only pieces, shattered. Then you can sing those songs in a dark corner of the house, cloudy night, dil ke tukde tukde karke. That is how we are. So how do we find this peace within? Instead of finding the right means to find this peace, what we do is avoid the external peripherals. Run away from responsibility, or find the escape. There are different kinds of escape methods that we have invented. Once in a while, go away to some kind of seclusion. How do we find that peace? Running away, does it help? Because if you develop that pattern of running away as a constant sequence, you will hate to come back to that which you cannot avoid, which you have temporarily avoided. Your resistance, your revolt against it will be constantly in a reactionary pattern. Running away to those temporary measures is also not a solution, and not a healthy one either. A 3-day retreat away from all this hangama. बाद में you would detest the entire environment to come back to. Why? Because that is a temporary measure. And that which we have adapted as temporary, even when we try to settle in, because we have not prepared ourselves from within, that which where we have gone to find that peace, we will expand our restlessness and contaminate that space as well. I'm not making this as a very superficial statement. I remember 25 years ago, first time when I had gone to Uttar Kashi. It was such a beautiful, sacred place. Very little population. I mean, we cannot control population anyway. At least that is one thing that we Indians and Chinese are up there. It was very beautiful, pristine location. Now after 25 years, I'm not talking of the other pollution and other things. What amazes me is, in that location, where about 80% of people living in Uttar Kashi are my kind. My kind meaning? The orange color, right. Now there are 8 movie theaters in which about 5 of them run B-grade faltu movies. And who is it that is going there? And to sustain 8 theaters where you have 80% population, people think that relinquishing life and escaping somewhere, that which was peaceful will also be contaminated because of our internal restlessness, which demands that kind of an environment. So now you cannot say that I only pull fun at grihasthas. I equally pull fun at the sannyasis, the so-called sannyasis. Without that internal prep done, any external parameter developed cannot bring that peace for certainty. And here Bhagavan is promising Naishtikim, that firm sanctuary of peace within. How does one achieve that? First, yuktaha. Yuktaha, that one who is endowed with proper reasoning and the understanding born out of that reasoning. Yuktaha. Yuktaha, the one who is yoked, connected to their logical deduction of understanding. Yuktaha. Karma phalam tyaktva. I tell you, this concept is the most difficult concept. So pay attention, not because the concept is difficult, its application is difficult. So let me start with examples, then I'll go into the word meaning. If I am hungry and you with lot of compassion, बेचारे स्वामी जी हंग्री हैं, मैं बाहर जाकर 2 समोसे खा लूं, will my hunger get satiated? I am hungry, you go eat samosas, will my hunger get satiated? It's not an emphatic no. There's still some kind of a doubtful no. I'm laying out simple logic here. There is no trick here. So please participate. You try it out every Sunday. कोई पूछता भी नहीं है स्वामी जी खाओगे क्या, एकदम चबा चबा के खाते रहते हो, और क्या ट्राई करना है? I'm not talking you specifically. So shouldn't it be a priority कि पहले स्वामी जी आप ले लो? नहीं. Anyway. No, please don't do that as soon as I get out. That will be a chaos. ना स्वामी जी आपने बोला आप खा के निकलो यहाँ से. Eat and leave now. If Srimati is having a headache, and Shripati out of compassion takes migraine tablets, will Srimati's headache be gone? That's a good one. That's a preventive care measure. No, but you changed my question paper. My question was, will Srimati's headache be gone? In lieu of your own headache that not arises, that is fine. But when I put the effort in eating, my hunger alone gets satiated. I'm taking a very physical gross example here. Because karma siddhanta, when I say siddhanta, it is principle. Whether you believe in it or not, whether you agree with it or not, it has its principles working. Whether you believe in electricity or not, electricity doesn't care. It will flow through you because you offer least resistance. Isn't it? That is why it is called principle of electricity. Similarly, karma siddhanta. Siddhanta means principle of karma yoga. It is not a hypothesis. It is not a thought, to think about. It is a principle. Whether you agree in it or not, whether you believe in it or not, it has its impact. Even Newton agreed with it. What is the third law? Action and reaction. Every action will have consequences. Right? When I perform an action, Karma Siddhanta says that the results of my action cannot be snatched by anybody from outside. It will come back to me. But we ruin our mental state because we love to compare ourselves, which leads to unhealthy patterns of competition. And this is the same comparison which we rub into our children as well. Look at your younger brother or sister. Keeps his room clean. Tu bhi hai. Don't we compare? Learn from your cousins. They do it, why can't you do it? I thought when I took to this path, those comparisons will be long gone. I came to Dallas. After 3 months of good observation, I went to the board. I said, if in this environment I have to work, then I think I need the following. I gave them the 5C formula. So I said, I need a cell phone. I need a computer. I mean, at that time, I did not know how to use a computer. And everything was through computer. And that was becoming like, I knew that that would be the main. So I said, I need a computer. In those days, the cable provided both the TV as well as the DSL. So I said cable. Then a car. Because in this country, if you don't have a car, you are bekar. I mean, not Gujarati bekar. In Gujarati, bekar means 2 cars. Right? Gujarati friends. And the last one, the credit card to buy all, I mean, pay for all the earlier 4. And the leadership here, their jaw dropped. And their immediate reaction was, look at other Swamis, they don't have it. I said, yes, fair comparison. I was very clear. I said, if you want to look at other Swamis, bring them here. Main chala India. If you want efficiency, I said, don't compare. Because each individual, with what intensity, with what intention, with what effort and efficiency that we work, our results are directly proportional to that. We may be working in the same environment, we may be working with the same kind of instruments, but our results may vary. Isn't it? तो गड़बड़ है उसमें, मैं क्या करूं? वो भी गड़बड़ है. That also is wrong then. Instead, the comparison should be your earlier best and how much you have progressed from there on. Rather than comparing it with others. Then that system is flawed. That education is flawed. I'm glad that you said it, because if I said it, then I had to defend it. Now that you said it, I can only join along with it. Same patch of land in a backyard, you till that piece of land, You sow paddy, just for an example. You sow, how many days does it take to give a crop? About 90 to 100 days. I still believe in natural native kind. If the land is really fertile, they have between two paddy crops, they have these cash crops of pulses. How many days does that take? About 25 to 30 days. You sow a guava, it takes about 4 to 5 years to give your first crop. From then on, yearly. A coconut, at 8 to 10 years if it is a native variety. Again, GMO, 3.5 to 4 years. Can we compare, you sow paddy and it is growing up. You look at the coconut and then you yell at that. Are you nuts? देख, तेरे से कितना छोटा है. फिर भी, he is giving me crop after crop after crop. You are, and sometimes we become Vedantic too. बड़ा हुआ तो क्या हुआ, जैसे पेड़ खजूर. I'll come to that part. I'll come to that part of comparison. The unhealthy part of comparison where we are caught up is first to be understood very clearly. You cannot yell at the coconut saying that the coconut will say, my speed, my time, my life. Fair enough, right? Why can't we understand that with everything else? You cannot yell standing in front of the coconut, wahi pani, wahi khad, wahi environment deta hu, fir bhi. You have to understand that each seed has its rate of growth. Each seed sown is the karma and its phala comes at its time. Now quickly taking about the comparison part. If you have to compare with such wherein it brings out inspiration and not jealousy. Compare with that ideal. For spiritual sadhana, they say compare with Dhruva, Prahlada, Nachiketa. If you are in if you are in sports, don't compare with your peers. Instead, compare with, say, basketball. Who is the legend there? Jordan. Compare with them. Looking at them, there's inspiration that oozes up. Comparing with the rest of them around you who are as good as you or as bad as you, it's not a healthy pattern of comparison. And while you have that higher comparison, your next goal should be to beat your earlier best. Now, coming back to the karma and karma phala, each seed, each effort has its own time for its phala, for its result. We may all be doing with a comparably good intention, good motive, good effort, good efficiency, but each one of us, what we get back as result, who decides when we get that result? He decides. Your child may ask many things of you. Your child may ask a big screen. Your child may ask, what else do they ask these days? Phone. Your child may ask, a, what do you call that? Xbox, PlayStation. When do you give it? They may earn it, but still, if it is appropriate for that age, that time, that utility, that purposefulness, that is when you deem it fit that they receive it. Isn't it? Or they may come up with different schemes. I need it, you can give it to me now. You don't need to give me my birthday gift. Or they will come up with different schemes. Do you fall for it? You say, no, I'll give it to you when I find it necessary for you. Not just because you demand it. Right? Or they'll come up with logic like, everybody in the school has it. There may be only one more kid having it. But the way they will portray it is like, everybody has it. It's only you. My Indian parents. My American parents are very good. My friends' parents, they give everything. And they'll give you a guilt ride. If it is your first kid, it's a different case. Second kid, you're now experienced. ठीक है जा बहुत देखे ऐसे. Right? Similarly, when we put the effort for me to get the result of it, he decides. Ishvara, by definition, is karma phala data. And no effort of ours ever goes waste. Whether it is a good action, bad action, indifferent action, the result of it comes back in its course. Who decides that course? He decides that course. We only claim that I trust in God. Really speaking, I trust in Him only if He listens to what I ask, when I ask, how I ask. If it doesn't happen, then we question His very existence. तू है तो दिखा. क्यों दिखाऊं भाई? Just because your dirty head is asking for demanding for it, why should I? Mommy, if you really, really love me. And there's this mother who was feeling bad. I said, Amma, what happened? My daughter, she said, I hate you. If your daughter has said that she hates you, that means you're doing something right. Continue with it. Because she has no clue, the daughter has no clue what is the intensity of that word hate. They love to use it. That means you're doing something right. Don't feel sad or bad for that. Feel proud that you have done a good job as a mother. No. Here I'm only focusing on karma phala. The karma phala, when it yields the result, he decides. I'll tell you why the matrix of that is so difficult. All of that put together. All of that put together. No, they are composite. They have to be put in together. They're not, that is why differentiating as three different. All of them put together, when we express as karma, thought, word and deed, that karma, the result of it, that's why I said intensity, efficiency, effort, all of that put together. The result of it, when it comes, that Paramatma has to decide. Now, for us to have this dialogue today, let's take this environment as an example. Each one of us are born at a certain date. grew up with various experiences, gone through various aspects of life to reach to this intersection wherein you had to bring your children, and this orange fellow made you sit through this satsang. Had to even threaten that you cannot leave your child behind like this. If you are bringing your child, you have to be here on the premises. While you are on the premises, sit for the satsang. Really speaking, many of you would not have been here if it were not for your children. So don't give me that indignation look like, no Swamiji, this is weird. आए किस लिए पहले? बच्चों के लिए तो आए. फिर मैं वही तो बयान कर रहा हूँ. Look at the, no, we are here for satsang. I can see the reactions. But when you started, मैं उसी की बात कर रहा हूँ. The first time when you came in, Orey, you are a specific. He joined as Yuva Kendra. I'll give you a special position. When I also joined, I didn't have kids. Now also I don't. Hundreds, yes, thousands. So for all of us to go through various experiences to reach to this point where this dialogue, this clarity, this understanding of this particular shloka, for this understanding to happen, we had to go through all these experiences, and you with your set of experience had to arrive at this point, I with my set of experiences had to arrive at this point to have this dialogue, for this understanding to settle in. There are many parents that say, wish we had this kind of a system when we were growing up. Put it in your wish list. Because for this kind of an environment to happen, that matrix of giving this result can happen only when he decides when it is befitting. What to do with it is your choice again. That is your free will. You can sit back there and still be working on your Facebook statuses, Twitter statuses, text messages, WhatsApp messages. Take a photograph in between and send it to your WhatsApp group. Latka hua yaar is satsang mein. Waiting for 10:30 to finish so that I can take my kids and leave from here. You can do whatever. That is your free will. But the intersection has brought us to this point. This result, this experience could not have been a moment earlier, could not have been a moment later. नसीब से पहले, किस्मत से ज्यादा, न कभी कुछ हुआ है, न कभी कुछ होगा. So how can my efforts, results in my workplace be blamed that someone has snatched it? Can it ever happen? Logically, it should not happen. Then why am I getting agitated? Why do I feel? Why do I go through the experience that my efforts, my things that I have put, somebody is taking credits for it? Your effort, your result in due course will be delivered to you spot on. Nobody can snatch that result. Ever. If we understand karma siddhanta, the principle of karma yoga, that the consequences, the results, the effect of my karma, the result that it brings in, cannot be snatched by anybody else. Therefore, I don't need to worry about those results. My job is to put my head and heart into this particular moment. The result will be delivered on a golden platter. Once you have that confidence born out of understanding, will there be fear? Will there be anxiety about my result? Wherever there is absence of that fear and anxiety, that heart, that understanding, that mindset is on a foundation of peace. That sanctuary is built. The confidence that it comes, that my effort, my results, nobody can snatch. He gives me at my time. As I told you, this is the hardest concept for us to fathom, understand, and apply. That Bhagavan cannot take my actions result and deliver it to someone else. If that were to happen, there is a big flaw in the entire creation itself. It will be minimized.
Just like we reduce the punishment for our children if they have good behavior, that's pretty much after they have good behavior.
Same applies, and he decides. To have that trust that he decides brings in such a peace, unshattered peace. When we are restless, it only proves one thing then, that we don't trust him and his method or system. It is focusing on karma. Here it is focusing on the karma phala. And every chapter is an expansion of what has been taught to us in second chapter. So it is correlated to that. I think I have reached across to give you the crux of this shloka. But to understand, digest, assimilate, and then reflect in our actions, all the best. You had a question?
I always struggle with people when I see such great tragedy happen to people who otherwise have just the kindness, nice, most giving, loving people.
There are no accidents in this world, if I understand your question right. That when people go through their tragedies, I understand that they are going through because of their own karma that they have done. But to be apathetic to their situation and not lend my shoulder for their help and their situation would be a bad karma. That is my opportunity to reach out to that person who is going through their bad times so that it helps them relieve from that pain. That is my humanity that has to express. The wrong effect of karma siddhanta is that we as a bunch of Indians, Hindus, we grow apathetic towards others' pain, others' misery. Oh yes, they do. We have, I mean, it is rightly pointed too. What have we done as Hindus to fellow Hindus? Even when there's something brought in saying that please come serve, there's hardly any participation. No, it's not my time, I can't, I'm busy. We don't take time, we don't take effort, we don't take our resources to help others. And when it is help, it is not just Hindu, any human being for that matter. I have to finish. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.